Hey there, everybody. This is Bruce,
I'm Jay.
and this is episode 1 of our little pedal show that we like to call The Pedals of Many. And today we are going to be talking about the Earthquaker Devices Hummingbird, which is going to be a modernized version of the old Vox repeat percussions, which was originally this kind of straight to input jack effect that was originally designed for organs, but there's been plenty of guitar players over the years that have used it. It's sort of like an Ampeg orange squeezer where it just goes straight to the jack. It's like just about the least convenient thing you could possibly do, but they do sound really excellent. So it's really nice that Jamie and the boys have come up with something that's a lot more pedalboard friendly. Plus, unlike most pedals of its kind and tremolos in general, it has a built-in boost, so you're never really having to worry about a loss of volume like you do with most of them.
It's one of my favorite tremolo or modulation sounds. The repeat percussion I know was used a lot by Spaceman 3, and it was recreated a lot in some pedals and some stuff that was made after them. But yeah, the repeat percussion is a reverse sawtooth pattern, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And what gives it that distinctive ramp-up sound, and it's one of my favorite modulation, one of my favorite effects. So.
Yeah. So we're going to go through a couple of settings today and maybe come up with something that might spark your intention to create, something that'll inspire you.
Your creativity.
Mm-hmm. So setting 1, we're actually going to basically just show off its ability to be used as a boost, because why not? So we're going to start with our clean tone, which today we are using a fairly modern production Roland JC120 mic'd with a 57. So give them some clean tone. Okay, and then we'll give it just a little bit of boost. Super drastic, but definitely enough to get you in trouble if you really wanted to. Not that you would normally use your tremolo pedal as a boost, but hey, it's there.
Could if you wanted to.
So now we're going to use a setting that is more of a medium speed, medium depth, kind of just in the background. I would say more traditional, like what you would use a amp built-in trem sound for. And we're going to slowly work into that so you can start to hear what some of the settings from the knobs sound like. So that was pretty fun, but it was also maybe a little bit on the boring side. It's very tasteful, very easy to integrate into, I would say, a lot more typical guitar playing. So now we're going to get into something that's a little bit wackier, but still within reason. It's not totally lost in the woods yet, but it is still exploring more extremes. And in case you're curious about the toggle in the middle, it isn't really that fancy. It's not like a tone shaping thing. All it is it sets, it's a speed setting. So combined with the rate, you have basically, I like to think of it as like shifting gears. So you can only rev the engine, that being the rate knob, so high until you have to change gears, meaning the little toggle in the middle. But now we're going to use a more extreme setting just to start to get you acquainted with how it sounds when you start pushing things a little bit. Alright, so now you've got a little bit of an idea of what some of those upper middle of your controls will start to sound like, so pushing it a little bit further. And now we are going to show you a little bit of a demonstration of both my and Jake's favorite use for trem. Oh, yeah. That being using it to chop up a fuzz or heavily distorted signal to just sound like some kind of weird, trippy, in and out synth sound. And we're going to be doing that with another from the Earthquaker line, that being a dirt transmitter. This is a newer one, so one of the ones that they collaborated with on that re-release. And we are going to start with giving you the clean tone, and then we are going to give you the fuzz, and then lastly, we're going to give you that hummingbird just so you can have the super exaggerated sound. Alrighty, so that pretty much wraps up at least what I wanted to show you. Just a good example of some very practical ways to use something, just because, you know, when it comes to different effects, not everybody immediately has a thought in mind for how they could use something. not everybody is an Eddie Van Halen type guy where it's just like, oh, I love Eddie's playing, he used a flange, I could use a flange. I mean, if you've never heard something like that and you've never been inspired by it, you wouldn't necessarily know that that was something that you would incorporate into your sound. And for me, Trem was like that for a really long time. But after I really started to explore and get to know some players, after listening to some bassists that use tremolo as a part of their synth engine, if you will, I became really enamored with it. And for Jake, I know that you have great ties to Spaceman.
Oh, of course, yeah. And that sound that we were just playing with is just, in my mind, it reminds me so much of Spaceman 3. Grew up listening to them, and yeah, that tremolo sound, like I said, I mean, it shows up in a lot of their songs. It's just this thick, heavy wall of sound, and like Bruce was talking about, the chopping up, basically like chopping up the fuzz, is one of my favorite effects. Glad we could bring it to you to showcase.
Well, thanks for joining us, and we hope that you enjoyed it. And we'll catch you on episode 2 of the Pedals of Many. But for now, this has been Bruce.
And I'm Jake.
And we will catch you on the next one.